Buying multiple of the same item can be a really good thing, but there are definitely some pitfalls to it, and just think about why you're doing it before you jump in feet first. Hello, and the warmest of welcome to today's video. For those of you who haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Nick, happy to have you here. Those who have seen my face before, thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you enjoy my videos. I put out videos roughly 3 times a week on a range of different topics, anywhere from fashion to slightly more personal topics. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then please do head down, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. I love chatting with you all. I'm all about living life loud, and what that means to me is being your authentic self, being proud to be you, and just celebrating who you are. Celebrating yourself and celebrating others. So, what are we talking about today? We are talking about the pitfalls, but also the benefits of buying things in multiples. So, we've probably all been there, where we have just been so in love with an item that we just want it in every colour. Okay, and that is absolutely fine. That can work out really, really well. However, there are instances where that doesn't work quite so well. And I have really one core piece of advice when you're buying something in a multiple to really make sure that it feels like the right thing for you to be doing. And I have some examples within my own collection where it did work out and where it hasn't worked out. So let's talk about that. Now, in order to make my point, I'm going to start off negative first. I'm going to start off with the pitfall of buying something in multiples and why it sometimes doesn't work out. And to be honest, the main reason is if you don't have a need to have multiples of something, why are you buying it? What is the purpose? And an example that I have from my own collection are these. And I have 3 of these. These are the Longchamp Les Pliages backpacks. A fantastic bag, absolutely. Do you need 3? No. No, you don't. Why do I have 3? Okay? I have 3 because this was my first one that I bought. I bought this from Selfridges. I used it so much. I absolutely loved it. I adored it. I used it so much. It just came with me everywhere I went. Therefore, due to the fact that I was getting so much use out of it, I thought, I need to buy another one. Okay, fair enough. Placed my order, bought the pink one, which now serves as my gym bag. If I'm going somewhere and I just need a bag that I don't really care about, that's the one that goes with me. Bought that. Fine. It sat. It sat. I continued to use this one. That one just sat. Then I decided to use it as my gym bag. Started to get some use out of it. Is it a little bit extra as a gym bag? Yes, I think it probably is. But it's found its purpose. Fast forward to the end of last year. I see this particular version in the cloud blue. I then bought it. Why? What was the use? What was I using it for? Because at that point, I wasn't using this one. I was only using the pink as my gym bag. There was no place for this. There was no purpose behind it. So whilst this was a great bag, what I neglected to remember was that I used this so much because I didn't have other bags. Because it was really my only casual out and about bag at that moment in time. I had my kind of designer briefcases, etc., but I didn't have my top handles, I didn't have my flat bags, I didn't have any of that stuff. When I bought the pink one, I didn't have any of those either, but I was still so used to using this one that I just continued to use it, and very happily did. However, by the time it came around to buying this one, I had so many other bags that I was using, and I'd already kind of decided that this wasn't my favourite style. In terms of bag styles from Longchamp, I think this is one of the best you can buy. But I wasn't using mine very often, so I didn't need a third. Okay? Similar story. Hunters. I have 3 pairs of Hunters. I have purple, I have monogram, and I have pink. I bought the purple ones first, got a great deal on them, used them for years, very happy with those. Bought the monogram ones. Didn't really love them, but they didn't have the pink ones in my size at the time. So I went with the monogram ones. Wasn't quite the right thing to buy. Didn't really want them. Shouldn't have bought them. Anyway, used them, and they haven't held up very well. As you can see, you know, well, firstly, they're really dusty, but also you can see where the monogram started to kind of wipe off them. Then fast forward to last year, they had the pink ones in my size, which I then went and bought, and I am absolutely in love with. And whenever I need to use a Wellington boot, this is the one that replaces the others. Now, this was the last one to enter, so actually, in terms of the journey, fair enough. But do I now need all three? Probably not. Why do I still have them? I don't really know. And realistically, the purple ones, they are what they are. This, I just shouldn't have bought. It wasn't the one I wanted. We know I don't love red, so I don't really know why I bought them, to be honest. I just don't reach for them very often. I wear them begrudgingly because I own them and I feel like I should. But if I really want to wear like a knee-high kind of Wellington, this is the one that I want to wear. I don't want to wear the others now. So that's another pitfall, is that things can replace, and you sometimes just need to be prepared to let go of the ones that you no longer use. So that's kind of where I've gotten to with some of this. Another downside of buying multiples is if you just didn't like the style to begin with. And this will come as no shock to any of you, but these two, okay? I referenced why I bought these. I bought these because these were starting to be my foray into buying bags, kind of more top handle style bags. And I just felt like at the time, these were a more acceptable bag to be carrying. I never really liked them very much. I never really wanted to carry them. I felt like they looked quite juvenile. I felt like they looked like book bags. And I just didn't want to carry them. They just weren't really for me. But I bought them. I used them sparingly at best. I bought this one first. Didn't use it. Then bought this. Didn't use it. I mean, for goodness sake. Like, why would you why buy an extra style that you just don't use? And part of the reason I got this one was because I wanted this colour, but they didn't have the colour in another bag. So I just bought this. But I didn't like the bag style, so I don't know why I did it, because I still don't use it, even though I love the colour. And actually, these two are going to a family member of mine. She is going to use them, love them, make the most of them. So I am very happy about that. Yeah, they will be loved elsewhere, as well they should be. Because do you know what? They don't deserve to just be sat. They're great bags. They're Longchamp bags. You know, they're expensive bags. They just don't get used in my collection. So, again, don't buy multiples of things that you don't like or things that you didn't use to begin with. So, there we are. So those are kind of the three discussion points of why I think buying in multiples can be something that you should maybe steer clear of. However, the time that it can work... Oh, actually, sorry, I have one more. I have one more. These. Two different shoes. We have an Only Maker platform in black leather. We have an Only Maker platform in black suede. Why do I own both? Because I bought these ones first, didn't return them, even though they were too big, and then couldn't wear them, because if I were to wear them, they are just too big and they would fall off my foot and I would fall over. And that in a 6.5 centimeter, 6.5 inch shoe is dangerous. So these just sit. They will never be worn. They might be worn in a photograph, but they will never be worn. These will be worn. They fit, they're more comfortable, they are just more me as well. I should have bought the suede to begin with. So I've got two shoes that can basically be used for the exact same purposes, only one fits and the other one doesn't. I should have, when I bought these, sold these. I still could sell them. I know you're probably sat here thinking, Nick, you're telling us this, just bloody sell the stuff. I'm getting around to it, I'm thinking about it. But these should have gone back to begin with, and I should have just bought these. But instead, I thought, right, These didn't work, so I'm just going to plug the gap that these should have filled with another version. And then they become too close. And these aren't cheap. These are, you know, 50, 60 pound stilettos, which, you know, for shoes, okay, it's not luxury, but 60 quid for a pair of stilettos is quite a lot of money. So yeah, this is just something that, you know, don't try and plug a gap with something that's then too close. If there's a problem with it, don't buy a multiple, just return the original and then get the extra. Don't have two, don't own two. Return one, buy the one that you should have got. If you can't return it, sell it, get the one you should have got. There we go. Buyer beware. How do I feel it works best to own multiples of something? I think there are few different reasons that it can work. Actually, I think there are two different reasons, and I've got a few items that I think make this point. The first being, it is something that you just wear so much, or it's an accessory, and therefore you want to have multiple versions of it so you're not constantly re-wearing the same one, or you want it to match with multiple things. A core example of that for me would be my love of Lacoste caps. You know I love a Lacoste cap. I have a fair few of these. I also have the yellow, which is I think in my car, but I have a few different ones. I love these because I wear them so much. They are super comfy. I wear them a lot. They are a good price point, and I have them so that they match multiple outfits. And I will basically wear a cap with pretty much anything. I'll wear a cap with a suit if I have to. Like, genuinely, I really, really like them. They work really, really well. This one for me was my one that was decided to be a little bit more formal, just because I think that their kind of cloud print is just a little bit more formal than the very bright pink and the very bright yellow. The only downside of this particular one is you can see my fake tan has rubbed off in it, spoiling the illusion. But I wear these so much that it's worth it to me to have multiples of these. Another reason that it can be great to have multiples of an item is if they give you a different vibe. I have a few different versions of this, okay? Option or exhibit A. These four beautiful Kurt Geiger XXL flaps. These all give such a different vibe, do they not? This fabulous day bag, casual, easy, stress-free, love it. This aspect of formality, excellent work bag, simple, sophisticated, easy. Okay, this maybe isn't so simple, but it's a great work bag, and you can very easily just flip it round, and it doesn't have to be quite as bold and ostentatious as it is with that eagle. Then you have these two absolute beauties. These are the ones, this is the fun. You know, this is the fun, this is the glamour, this is just something a little bit different, a little bit spicy, a little bit playful. They can be very easily worn as a day bag, they could be worn as evening bags, they can just add a pop of colour to an outfit. I absolutely adore both of these. And again, they give quite a different vibe because this one is leather in this beautiful rainbow. This one is nylon in this fabulous graffiti with the scarf. They are giving different energies, and I absolutely love that about these. But all four of these bags are Kurt Geiger XXL flaps. They just give a different energy, and they give a different feel whenever you wear them. So that works perfectly. Another example of this are my two Mulberry Bayswaters. Again, the Bayswater is a very classic Mulberry style. It is I think, isn't it 25 years old is it next year that it's 25 years old, the Bayswater? It has been around for a long time. It's a staple of the Mulberry collection. And they've brought them out in so many different versions. This would be considered the much more classic version of the Mulberry. This is a Nile Bayswater in black mock croc. Beautiful, sophisticated, elegant, but still got a twist because it has that beautiful mock croc, but it's got the gold hardware against the black leather. This is a very, very classic combination. This is certainly not a classic. This was Trippy Tiger from 2013. This was a seasonal piece. It is in denim. It is in this blue with a kind of green aspect running through it. And it is absolutely stunning. It's in denim. I think I might have said that. Silver hardware, beautiful ice blue leather. They give very different energies. Very different energies. This is more work. This is more formal. This is more daytime. This is more playful. Both are beautiful, but they're giving me different energies. And I absolutely love that. And my final example of the same item giving you something different. These two stilettos. These are not expensive. These are ASOS Penelope stilettos. I don't think you can get these anymore. I think it's now the passion. But these are both 120mm stilettos. These, again, are both the same shoe in a very different vibe, okay? This is more elegant. This is more classic. Yes, it's still got this snakeskin aspect to it, but it is much more sophisticated, I would say. It is a shoe that I have worn black tie, that I have worn much more formally. This is the party shoe. This is the bold, brash, in your face, I'm here to have fun, let's get it shoe, okay? Both are beautiful, both have a time and a place. Could you make this one a little bit more party with the rest of the outfit? Of course you could. Of course you could. However, it much more easily navigates all scenarios than this one does. But this certainly has a place, and this certainly has had a place in my collection over the years and my wardrobe over the years. But these give a very different energy, and I love that. So you can do really well with buying multiples. It can be a great thing, but I think you have to know why you're doing it. If you don't feel like you will get the use out of something by having multiples, don't go for it. Or the multiple should have a specific purpose. So, for example, let's take that you own, I don't know, a Chanel classic flap. You own a very classic black gold hardware classic flap. You use it every day. And you think, I would really like to add a special occasion version for my collection. Therefore, I am going to buy one of the sequin variants. Absolutely fair enough, because you have identified the purpose that will fill that your current one does not. Makes perfect sense. Where it doesn't make sense is, I would just like one in a different color. Oh, there happens to be a green one, I'll buy a green one. Does the green one work with your wardrobe? Does the green one work with your style? Do you think you will wear it? Do you think it adds something to your wardrobe and your collection that your current one does not? Do you think it can navigate a scenario and an outfit that your current one does not? If the answer to that is no, why are you buying it? Why are you buying it? If you don't think you'll get the use out of it, if you don't think it'll elevate, if you don't think it will be more enjoyable, leave your money in your bank account. Just leave it alone. Don't make some of the mistakes I've made, where I've just gone out and bought multiples and, you know, grabbed what I think is the right thing to grab, or you not return something and then ends up buying a multiple to replace what I should have just returned or sold. You know, make sure that you know why you're buying them. It's great to love a style, and if you want it in every color because you will use it in every color, or it has a place, a time and a place in your life and in your wardrobe, absolutely crack on and make the most of it. If it doesn't have a time and a place and you are simply just buying it for the sake of buying it, leave it alone. It is not worth it. It is not worth it. Anyway, enough advice from me. I hope that you have stuck with me. If you have stuck with me, please put a flower, you can choose whichever one you want, down in the comments so that I know you stuck with me. Thank you as always for watching. I really appreciate your support, and I look forward to seeing my next video. Take care everyone. Bye now. Mwah.